This is Time and Other Thieves. I'm Sarah B., and in this episode, I'm going to share parts of a conversation I recently had with my friend Jake, whom you may know as the musician MJ Lenderman. His latest album, Manning Fireworks, is getting lots of positive attention.
Have you done any of these recently?
I haven't done an interview in a long time.
Yeah. When was the last
The last...
Time and Other Thieves?
Oh, I did very recently post a new one of my Found and Sound reading.
Cool.
So if you want to hear that, it's there for you.
Awesome. That's so cool.
Jake and I spoke on September 11th, and I'd hoped to post the episode a week or two after that. But in waiting for Jake to give me the go-ahead on the episode draft I sent him, Hurricane Helene paid a visit to western North Carolina, and Asheville and surrounding areas got clobbered. Jake was actually in Asheville, his hometown and where his parents still live, when the storm hit. He left several days later for Durham to rest up and shower and have flushable toilets and not have to worry about procuring water for basic survival for a few days before officially starting an epic tour for Manning Fireworks. I'm not going to say much about Helene in this episode commentary. If you'd like to hear my thoughts about it, check out the last episode of Time and Other Thieves, Reflections on Helene. This episode is an antidote to all of that. Recorded in an Asheville that no longer exists in many ways, on a truly gorgeous day of sun-dappled sidewalks and rustling, illuminated green leaves. Much like a previous September 11th in this part of the world, 23 years ago, when Jake was just 2. The kind of day you must comment on when parting ways. This is the first interview episode of Time and Other Thieves that I've done since October of 2022, when I spoke with Joseph Bethanti, former poet laureate of North Carolina who was recently inducted into the North Carolina Literary Hall of Fame, and who was also my favorite creative writing teacher of all time. Since that conversation, I simply haven't felt a desire to interview anyone, but I was so curious to know how Jake's been doing lately that I invited him on the show. Again. I had MJ Linderman on Time and Other Thieves once before when it was still a radio show. That was shortly after the release of his 2022 album, Boat Songs. And before that, he was a guest on my music show, Songs for Friends, 2 or 3 times. I've known Jake since 2017, mostly thanks to Asheville FM, the community radio station where we both volunteer DJ'd. He briefly had a show on Saturday afternoons called Lenny's Basement. Jake's gotten so much media attention lately that I wasn't sure he'd want to be a return guest on Little Old Time and Other Thieves. He'd recently been featured in a long article in the New York Times Arts section with photos by Aaron Breathauer, whom I talk about in the episode Music as Divine Consolation, and a piece in The New Yorker. Music journalist Amanda Petrusic interviewed him, not to mention dozens of other magazines and podcast interviews. When I texted him about coming back on this podcast, I told him he didn't need to respond at all if he didn't want to, but he did respond, and I was delighted to learn that we could actually meet in person. Our last conversation had happened over Zoom when Jake was on tour with the band Wednesday, which is largely what he's been doing since then for the past 2+ years. I've watched many Instagram videos of sold-out venues singing along to Wednesday songs and mosh pits swirling to Jake's guitar solos. Every night a different city, a different country, for months on end. And that's just with the one band. He's got another one, MJ Linderman and The Wind. And he performs with Waxahachie sometimes. If you haven't heard her song Right Back to It, which Jake sings and plays guitar on, please definitely do so. Somehow he recorded a new Wednesday album and his own Manning Fireworks amidst all the touring. It's a wonderful collection of songs, and Jake's first release on the Anti label, which musicians including Waxahachie, Tom Waits, Nico Case, Sparklehorse, and Fleet Foxes have also called their own. We met at Mark Capon's house in the 5 Points neighborhood of Asheville, near downtown. Mark is co-owner of Harvest Records and had offered his place up for Jake to stay in for a few days while Mark and the rest of the Harvest crew were vacationing in Seattle. We sat on the couch with my laptop perched on a purple yoga block between us. Thank you for agreeing to do it.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. I know you have a lot going on and just really big names. People interviewing you. Amanda Petrusic being one.
Yeah.
What was that like?
She was really cool. That was, I don't know, I feel like my connotation for interviews is really, they always ask the same questions and it's like, just feels pointless, but she was really good. Just enjoyed talking to her. I just went to London too. And I'd never done anything like this before. There was like a press junket where like they set me up in this recording studio and sent like 3 different interviewers in. But like with the jet lag and stuff, I was really, really nervous for those interviews to come out. Because I have no idea what I said during those. Or like, I'm not like a public speaker. And they casually like insult you in your interviews.
How so?
It'll be like, why does this album sound so much better than the last one, or stuff like that.
Underhanded compliment.
Yeah, or like I've heard vice versa, like happening to people. It's like, last time you played here, it was much better. Why is this? But it's kind of nice though too. I feel like the forwardness and honesty is kind of refreshing sometimes, but it can be harsh.
Yeah, I read in the New Yorker that a reason you stopped doing social media was because you didn't want to see what people were saying about you or your music. And it was funny, it made me chuckle. It was like something like, if they don't like it, that sucks, and if they do like it, you're dumb.
Yeah.
Not dumb because they like it, but
yeah,
but maybe they're dumb.
Yeah, like somebody must be like dumb to to be liking it, but yeah, I don't know why I tend to think that way. I give way more credit to those negative comments. I'm like, this person knows what they're talking about.
Well, I haven't seen anyone saying anything negative about your music.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like, I don't get it, or like it's average or something.
Mm.
That's not too bad.
Right. You mentioned being nervous for an interview to come out. Do you get nervous before doing them?
Maybe. Like, I felt like maybe nervous for this one because I don't know, more open, I guess. Like, it's more about how I'm feeling about things.
Yeah.
So something about that makes me kind of nervous to, like, speak about, but I guess I've been getting so much attention, and yeah, I haven't really like had much time to process anything going on. So there's a lot of things going on in my life. So yeah, it feels funny too. Like, part of the interviews thing, like I'm processing it with strangers who are giving the interviews. Because also my situation right now outside of touring is I don't have a house or anything, and I don't have the time to move in anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's adding to like the lack of solitude. But yeah, I do see like a time far off in the distance where I can chill for a sec. But like, yeah, touring gets booked out so far. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I think I've got dates next September already.
Wow.
I think.
What is that like?
I don't know. It's kind of been what I've been doing for the past few years. So I guess it makes it harder to, well, maybe in some ways it makes it easier to plan things because my schedule is so there. Whereas if I wasn't on tour, I, just go day to day. But yeah, I guess just being on the road a lot kind of shrinks my life outside of touring. It's like there's not much going on.
The very first time I interviewed you in Studio B, that was before we even had Studio A at Asheville FM.
Oh, yeah.
I recall that you said you wanted to be famous.
Really? That's so funny.
You don't remember wanting that?
No, I feel like I could have definitely said that. But I've also said other things in interviews and stuff that, later on I disagree with.
Yeah.
But I think my aspiration as like a musician partially is to be able to perform and play to people who want to see it. But like, if that could live in a vacuum, maybe. And like the fame is just like collateral damage. But it's also kind of, it's like, it feels weird saying that too, because it's like a micro fame or something. Like, I can walk down the street, no problem.
Right.
Although today I walked to a High Five, and this woman was at a stoplight and she had her window down and she was like looking at me like this, and she turned her radio up and my song was on.
Wow.
And we made eye contact. It was like, whoa, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like my fan base has gotten very cultish in a weird way.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a lot of memes and stuff.
Right. Yeah, your words being turned into this other thing.
Yeah, and like I think people build maybe a persona for me or something. Like, that's interesting to see people talk about. But I try to avoid that kind of stuff. But I also think about it too, like, maybe it's good to see some of that, so that I can know, like, I could use it constructively to see how, like, what I was going for is taken by people and how to maybe do it better next time.
Yeah, it definitely is bound to impact how you approach the next song. I mean, just knowing that people are definitely going to hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let alone do stuff with it.
And just like, yeah, and I think seeing the kind of things that people attach to in the music.
Like Himbo Dome. Wow, people really like that one.
It's like so goofy.
Kahlua Shooter, DUI Scooter.
Yeah.
I read someone thought that should be nominated for the best short story of the year.
That's funny.
Short story in a couplet.
But yeah, like with both songs, a lot of people were really obsessed with the sports in that. And I wasn't really, like, I thought it was interesting to be talking about sports in songs, but I was glad to get this new record out to prove that I'm not a sports writer, but it's just like a vehicle, I guess, for songs.
Well, how do you think it's changed your approach to songwriting? Like, how could you not be writing to an audience? Or do you have to be very intentional about getting into a headspace where you're not doing it for the audience, you're doing it for the love of songwriting, or because you have something to say?
For sure, yeah. I thought about that a lot. This record was the first time I ever really had to consider that, whether I wanted to or not. And I think I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to not think about what other people thought about my music, whether it was good or bad. And eventually I felt like pretty good about that. Like it just took some getting used to, I guess. 'Cause it was a new experience. But yeah, again, I don't think there's anything wrong with like being aware of what people think. Like I mentioned, sports references and like the way people attach to the humor in both songs. I think that helped me hone it in a way that I felt better about my writing. Yeah, like my main goal with writing songs, I guess, is because I love it. I guess that's not a goal, but like getting better too. That's what I care about. But also a lot of times I feel like I don't have anything to say. So
yeah,
that's why fiction's cool, I guess.
Right. Yeah, you do quite a few character-based songs.
And it's more exciting, I think, for me to tell it through like a more fictionalized story. You can go more extreme places or more interesting places. There was some quote about fiction that I might butcher, but it was like, fiction is like a string of lies that's like truer than any real life truth, or if that, I don't know if that's exactly the quote, but I like that idea.
I googled it and I found 3 similar quotes attributed to 3 different people. Neil Gaiman said, "Fiction is the lie that tells the truth." Abraham Verghese said, "Fiction is the great lie that tells the truth about how the world lives." And Albert Camus said, "Fiction is the lie through which we tell the truth." Jake's been writing fictional songs since the beginning. His first album, Him, no longer available anywhere, at least not for streaming, contained multiple character-based songs.
And a lot of those were more, those were like, I'd take a character from a TV show and just write about him, and not like,
right,
not create anything. And then there's that Buster Keaton song.
So good.
That was basically a real story, I guess.
That's such a good song.
Thank you. I haven't heard it in so long. Like maybe I'll dip back into it.
I think you should. I think that deserves to be heard.
Cool. Maybe we'll revive it.
Are you writing anything right now?
Not really. I have like some guitar lines that I like, but I guess I'm still in the collection phase of the lyric process, which could just mean not even doing anything. Eventually the ideas will come, but I think it's important to read too. I haven't been reading that much.
It's also important to just lay on the floor.
True, yeah. I'm trying to
You don't need any more input.
Yeah, I think like doing nothing is actually really hard.
Yeah.
Just no phone or anything. I was trying to do that during COVID. I guess it seems like that's meditating maybe. Just don't do anything for like 5 minutes. It's harder than you'd think.
And I imagine your nervous system has gotten really used to a really intense amount of stimulation.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's really like, I found like when I do find myself alone, it's really intense, but it's like super necessary. there's so much to process any given day.
Yeah.
So it's really important to find a moment to myself and not do anything, not look at anything.
Yeah. It's a gift to your brain.
Yeah,
It
for
really
sure.
is.
But yeah, also like on tour you share a room with somebody every night. For the most part. Sometimes you get your own room. That's kind of a rotating. There's usually like a one single room. So it comes around maybe once a week or something. But yeah, this weekend at Hopscotch, we were on tour in Europe and I woke up one night and I was like, oh shit, like I need my own room at Hopscotch.
Mm-hmm.
And asked for it and got it.
Nice.
It was really helpful.
Yeah.
Have you been to Hopscotch before?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty, like I feel like I'm still recovering from that too. It's so fun, but it's like everybody in the world you've ever met is gonna be there.
Yeah.
I played 4 sets.
Your band, Wednesday, Waxahachie.
And then me and Carly do a duo set.
Isn't that weird? I asked Jake if it was weird to play a duo set with Carly. That's Carly Hartzman of the band Wednesday. Because she and Jake were a couple for over 5 years. They broke up a few months ago.
It's like intense, like it's fun to play. Like being on stage has been good. But yeah, I guess it's emotionally really heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like songs we don't normally get to play. So that part is fun. And just like stripped down, just like a lot of vocal harmonies, it's fun too. But yeah, we just did it at King's and it felt pretty intense. That's another thing that's been kind of strange about the timing of the record coming out is like everybody knows that happened, but I haven't had any like time to really grieve or anything. And we've been together still the whole time, just touring.
Right.
So it's, but yeah, we have like a responsibility to keep the vibe good for those around us.
Right.
And I think we did a pretty good job considering all that. Yeah, and it's also like being in a group like that. If you're in a relationship with somebody, it's kind of opens up to the whole group. Not like romantically or anything, but just like spatially. So yeah, it's a interesting dynamic.
I was really tickled by one line in Rip Torn. Drink some water so you don't have to puke. You need to learn how to behave in groups. Is that you?
Yeah, I feel that way, I guess. But also, yeah, the idea of that section was just kind of like a friend giving bad advice, pretty much. Like, drinking water's not gonna help you if you're already gonna puke. But I guess I can relate to that line a little bit. And it's also, I thought it was funny too.
Yeah.
You need to drink some water. It'll kill the need to puke. You need to learn how to behave in groups.
And it tickled me because I've become obsessed with group therapy. And it's a new path I'm taking in my career. And so anytime there's mention of groups, I perk up.
Yeah, we had like a really crazy year last year, and it culminated in like we were like 41 days into tour or something in London, and it was just like a really rough day. I think everybody found the brink, and our tour manager over there's she's a little bit older, and she really like helped us out and talked us through some stuff, and that was a really nice moment. I feel like really made us a lot stronger.
It's so hardcore. I mean,
Yeah.
what y'all are doing day in, day out, doing it together, personalities, egos. Oh my god, the physical exhaustion.
Yeah. Breakup. Yeah. But we just wrapped up all of the Wednesday touring we've been doing. We played our last show for a really long time.
Was that sad?
It felt a bit sad, but like there was a little bit of a heaviness to it. But I think it's also welcome from everybody. Everybody has like partners at home and stuff, and just a lot of things at home that people want to catch up on. And we, played the shit out of that record.
Yes.
We went to Europe 3 times off the one record.
Right.
But yeah, it was cool. I feel like so much better at guitar and performing in general. Yeah, we got sounding pretty good. So now I'm just shifting into my band, which it's nice to change up, but I'm sure.
And somehow y'all recorded a new Wednesday album and all
We
that.
did, yeah. That was crazy. Yeah, it was very quick. But the record's awesome. But I have no idea when that'll be coming out. Like 3 back-to-back album cycles is kind of crazy. I think that would destroy me.
Do you feel like this life as a musician is something you could do for a long time? You see yourself sticking with it? And
Yeah,
I feel like you have a lot more songs in you. And
it's a good question. I see myself like I don't think I'll ever not do music, but like being in a studio or something where I don't have to travel, and maybe just like a session musician or some shit. Producer. But yeah, there's ways to do it and not have to tour all the time.
right. Well, how do you feel like you're doing overall? Like,
I guess, yeah, I don't know. Everything's at 100% right now, so I'm overwhelmed.
yeah.
I'm a little uncomfortable, I guess. But experiencing a lot of exciting things too. Like everything's at an extreme right now.
Do you feel a need for therapy?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just haven't found the right one. But yeah, and then, I mean, I could always make excuses, but something about like having to do it on Zoom in a van with other people in there, you know.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't work.
Think about that. But yeah, I could definitely benefit from that currently. So much going on, I feel like could use somebody's help untangling it. We were doing this festival recently, I think it was Newport, and backstage they have all this like free shit, and one of the stations was like a therapist who specifically works with musicians.
Nice.
So that you don't have to explain
Yeah.
like, you know, what the job is like, or you don't have to be like, hey, I'm kind of famous. Therapist's like, oh, I never heard about you. But yeah, the last therapist I had, I kept going because I thought he was so funny, but it wasn't like great. Like, have you seen, like, A Mighty Wind? This guy reminded me so much of Fred Willard.
Okay.
It was very funny. But all we talked about was, like, my Birkenstocks or something.
When was that?
Probably 2 years ago.
Okay. What about your Birkenstocks?
I don't know. He was talking about how he has some too, how much he loves the cork. And that I should go on walks, but not in the Birkenstocks.
I've taken many a lovely walk in Birkenstocks, no problem. Somewhere in our conversation, Jake mentioned that he was planning on moving to Durham.
Why Durham?
I feel like a nice amount of friends there already. And it's not too far from here. Yeah, it just feels like a soft landing. Different enough, but not too crazy. They have really good food there too. I've been realizing.
I would miss that. The touring lifestyle. I think the food piece would be really hard for me. I think not being able to cook and stuff.
Yeah, that's really weird. I've been talking about this, like, I haven't done chores
Right.
in like years.
Right.
It feels like.
That's good for us.
I'm doing laundry right now,
Nice.
so that's cool. But like, I haven't cooked, and I can't remember how long, which feels kind of wrong.
It is such a human thing.
Yeah, that's something Zandy's really sensitive about. I feel like.
This Zandy that Jake just referred to is Zandy Chelmus. He plays the lap steel in Wednesday and in Jake's band.
If we're on tour at like a Airbnb or something, he's always gonna cook us breakfast. I don't even know how to cook, really.
Yeah.
Other than eggs, fry some salmon.
All you need is a recipe.
True.
Follow the directions.
I'm so bad at following directions. I skim them.
Can't be bothered to look too closely.
I guess so, but they're so informative.
Uh-huh. I learned to cook when I was your age.
Really?
Yeah. Vegetarian Classics by MJ Lenderman.
Whoa.
It was a really good starter cookbook.
I guess it would help to have a kitchen too.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be nice to learn the food groups, like eat vegetables, flavor profiles. Someday.
Yeah. Life goals.
Yeah, I gotta set new goals. I feel like I've achieved them, like every goal I've set, which is kind of interesting. Like, I was not interested in getting, like, bigger than where it's at now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seeing some of the venues that we're about to play, I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is crazy. What happened? But yeah, that was funny. I heard Jay Mascis say something like that, too. There's an interview about his years on the major labels, like, throughout the 90s, when all the punk bands were getting major label record deals. And he talks about with Maybe You're Living All Over Me.
You're Living All Over Me was Dinosaur Jr.'s second studio album. Jake was actually wearing a Dinosaur Jr. t-shirt for this conversation.
They signed to SST. And he's like, well, by then that was our goal. And we achieved it. We had to figure out what to do after that. Like, I feel like that, like, signing to Anti was a similar feeling. Mm-hmm. Like, even before having the record out, it's like, well, I did it. Now what?
That's the thing with goals.
Yeah.
The key is to enjoy the process of trying to attain them. Because attaining them is usually pretty anticlimactic.
Yeah, totally.
Or, it just doesn't feel the way you thought. Or for as long.
Mm-hmm. I love repetition.
Yeah.
In music.
Music, yeah. But you don't have... That's one thing love about your music is that it's not overly repetitive. Like, I feel like people kill a fucking chorus. Like,
Yeah.
we do not need to hear that again.
Yeah. I don't really have any choruses.
Right. And if you do, they're varied.
Yeah.
Or they're short, like On My Knees.
Yeah. But I do love, like, I love repetition in, like a literal way. Like, have you heard the Bonnie Prince record? It came out a few months ago. It's
Mm-mm.
2 Lungfish covers.
Okay.
It's like same riff, 20 minutes.
Wow. Yeah.
But it's really hypnotic, I guess,
Yeah.
is the word I keep using for a lot of stuff I like. I feel like when you can pull that off, it's really rewarding.
And do you ever get, like, I imagine you must have days where you really don't want to play those songs again.
Well, I haven't really toured that much.
Well, not those
With-
songs, but like the Wednesday songs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's different, though. I feel more of a strong reaction to my own songs. Like, there's some days where I'm like, I really hate this song. We're never going to do it again. And,
And then you
maybe
you don't
I'll-
do it again, or
I mean, potentially.
Yeah.
I've retired many songs
yeah,
that
like what?
I haven't touched. I mean, the entire self-titled album, the hymn, you know.
As mentioned earlier, Him was the name of Jake's first real album, and the first track on it was actually a cover of the Jason Molina song Boys.
Yeah, you gave your album to Asheville FM, and I was quite taken by that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's so good.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then it proceeded to be good with your own songs. Dead Eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just listening to Elliott Smith Either Or yesterday, and the song Between the Bars.
Yeah.
I stole some of those chords
Uh-huh.
from Dead Eyes. I just remembered that yesterday.
Jake's song Dead Eyes was the first of his that I ever played on the radio as host of Songs for Friends. Indeed, it was the first song of Jake's to ever be played on the radio by anyone. We talked a little more about Elliott Smith
His guitar playing is so sick.
and then Iris Dement. Jake recently covered her song My Life, and upon hearing it, Ms. Dement listened to more of his stuff and purchased a few tickets for his Iowa City show. And then Jake asked about me.
What are you up to?
Groups.
Yes.
Yeah, that's been the main thing. Started my first group back in late July, and it's just, my brain's just all lit up.
When you start one, what does that mean? Do you, like, guide them?
So I have to create the group,
Mhm.
find people to be in the group. So 3 of them are clients I already had, and then 3 are people who I just acquired.
Mhm.
And it's about to be 2 more, so we total of 8, which is really exciting. And it's very present moment in the room, here and now focused. It's called a process group.
Mhm.
So people inevitably talk about their lives outside of the room, but I'm always trying to find a way to bring it back to the here and now, and how can I relate this to what's happening between group members. And it's all about putting your feelings into words as they come up, and toward a particular person, ideally. So it can be quite confrontational, but
Is it like people who have issues with each other?
No.
Oh.
But I mean, they will, the more we meet.
Interesting.
Personalities clash, and people are very sensitive.
Yeah.
And their feelings get hurt, and the idea is that
What situation though, in a group therapy like that, would somebody have the opportunity to hurt somebody's feelings?
oh my gosh, I mean, people are deeply sensitive, so the opportunities arise a lot.
Just like responding to
Mm-hmm.
their feelings?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Or like not responding too, you know?
Yeah,
Someone might
for sure.
bring up something and then people don't ask for more information, you know? That could be hurtful. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's my job to be like, why aren't people asking about this? You know? Or how are so-and-so's words affecting you? I mean, a lot comes up for people. And we're so used to not voicing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're so habituated
Mm-hmm.
to not say stuff, even though we're feeling stuff. So group is an opportunity to go against that conditioning. I think of it as a interpersonal meditation. It's a way to be very present, and to notice how quickly and subtly we turn away from that opportunity again and again, myself included.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very good at it. It's very sneaky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's like a benefit of the group instead of like a one-on-one therapy?
So many more opportunities to get triggered, to have your stuff come up, and the group are not therapists. I mean, sometimes they are if it's a group of all therapists, which I was in and found very annoying. But you know, therapists are trained to respond in really attuned ways, and normal people are not, and so they're gonna hurt your feelings, however subtly, or they're gonna annoy you. You know? And can you say that you're annoyed?
Did you tell them
What?
that you were annoyed?
Oh, did I in the group?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Wow, yeah, that sounds really intense. Have you been listening to anything?
Well, your album, and before that, Nick Cave's album. But I haven't been in a very musical place. I got really burnt out doing Songs for Friends for 7 years. And writing all those music reviews and hearing so much new music. And then it just all started sounding the same. I didn't like any of it.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to stop. So
I felt that way too. By the end of my show, I was like, I feel like I'm playing the same songs every week. But you're still reviewing?
I just did the Nick Cave and then yours, just
cool.
because, and I don't actually write them anymore. I compile them, so I scour the internet because I just can't write about music anymore. And other people have already done it, and they're so much better. So I'll just use their words and obviously give them credit. But
yeah, especially for like the radio station, it's like, how much effort do you want to put into like working hard on a review if people are just gonna look at the RIYL?
Right. Yeah, like I added a couple of things of my own words for yours, which I'm actually going to the radio station after this to add it to the physical shelf.
Whoa.
They're always very long.
That's big.
Yeah. But it's all, stuff from Post-Trash, Americana Highways, Pitchfork, Guardian, Paste. Let's see, I added my own thing. Oh, to the first track, I quoted some other people, and then I said, his voice is so good.
Thank you.
And then I quoted, once a perfect little baby and now a jerk. I think there was one more where I added my own little comment. Maybe not. That may have been it. Oh, yeah. I added something to You Don't Know the Shape I'm In. I said, I love the light-footed tempo of this song. He has fun with rhymes, too. Broken birds tumbled fast past my window, and you don't know. ...
Yeah, I enjoy recording that song in particular. I made a demo for it, and then I tried to recreate that. And so I have another version of that song, but it just didn't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
But I just ran into Shane, who plays clarinet, at the studio the day before, and I was like, hey, can you come back tomorrow?
Cool. Yeah, I've been listening to more instrumental stuff because the new show that I have on Nashville FM.
Oh, so you do have a show?
It's nothing you would probably want to listen to. It's me reading Buddhist books out loud, whose copyrights have expired, so you're allowed to read them anywhere.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's called Dharma from the Public Domain because it's all public domain stuff I'm reading.
What time of day?
8 a.m. on a Sunday. It's like church.
That's nice.
And then
that sounds better than church.
Do you ever miss church?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It's so nice to, like, church and school, 2 things I never ever have to do again. It makes me happy to when I remind myself that.
Yeah. When other things aren't going so well, you can fall back on that.
Mm-hmm. It's like somebody had to go to school this morning.
And me, I'm like, oh man, I wish I could go to school.
Yeah. I have some friends like that too, which respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why that structure is so hard for me. I think it's just like mornings. I'm not a morning person at all.
Even when not on crazy tour schedule.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And actually, like, on tour, I probably wake up earlier in general. Because we usually have to get somewhere by a certain time. So that's nice, actually. Because when I have nothing to do, I can never think of anything better to do than sleep.
So I just do 3 like music breaks, and I want them all to be instrumental. I actually had to pre-record this week, and I put your Ghost of Your Guitar Solo on there as one of the, I call them sound meditations.
Nice.
I could have done the outro from Bark at the Moon, but the vibe wasn't quite right. So
That's interesting. So that paired with Buddhist readings?
yeah. But yeah, that's the extent of my music listening to lately, is just trying to find nice instrumental tracks to do for sound meditations, and then listening to like a lot of Buddhist podcasts. This guy Dave Smith, I just love him. Highly recommend, even if you're not into Buddhism. He's like very secular.
Cool.
And hilarious and such a good talker. I'm just so amazed by people who can just like have a few notes and then just talk for an hour.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, no, I have to have a script. Or just be reading from a book. He's amazing.
That's a skill.
Yeah.
Do you not have that? I did this one podcast called How Long Gone, and these 2 guys, it's an interesting like thing. Like at first I really was like, what the fuck is this? Like I didn't like the guys. But I've grown to like it just because they're really funny, but they're like kind of bi-coastal elite is what they say. They're like these like minfluencer guys. They're like, but like most of the time I have no idea what they're talking about. It's like rich people shit, but like they react to big cultural moments in kind of a funny way. But and they also have cool guests on, like me, and I just did it with them live in front of an audience. That was really interesting. That was pretty terrifying. But they're so good at talking. It's like a skill. Like even off stage and like off the mic.
Yeah.
They're like running the room with conversation. It's like it's an interesting skill.
It is. Yeah. Joni Mitchell had it.
Really?
Ram Dass. Oh, Joni was a great talker.
Ram Dass. I've seen a documentary about him. I don't know too much, but I watched it in college. Seems like a cool guy.
Oh, the best. songs. There's one on Netflix that's just like a half hour. It's called Ram Dass Going Home, I think. It's beautiful.
It's about him dying.
Kinda. I mean, it's a lot about death, but yeah, he had a stroke. He called it. He got stroked by God. But it's just him talking and not as well as he once could, but still saying amazing things, and just beautiful footage in Hawaii where he lived, and it's just lovely and soothing and makes you feel good about stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that documentary that I watched. It's really like inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
Made me want to be a mindful person.
Thank you again, and it's just nice to talk to you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you again.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't know why I was like so much more nervous for this than any other interview. Because, yeah, I know, like, you being a therapist too, I know you're gonna...
I didn't get too
try to get
therapist-y,
in there.
did I?
No. But I was trying to prepare and, like, just always trying to think about how much I want to share with the public, and then with you as a friend is a different, like, thing to consider.
What a delight. I'm so looking forward to seeing MJ Linderman and The Wind play in Asheville on December 20th at the Orange Peel. The show was originally scheduled for November 1st, but because of Hurricane Helene, they pushed it back. It's already a sold-out show among a slew of sold-out shows that start in the Northeast and then go continental to Berlin, Hamburg, Amsterdam, Brussels, Paris, London, Manchester, Leeds, and Dublin. From Asheville, Jake will go all over the damn country. Most of his shows are sold out through May of next year. Ryan Davis and the Roadhouse Band will open for him at the Orange Peel. And actually, I saw on Instagram yesterday that they've added a second show there on December 21st. Jake is a big fan of Ryan Davis and his former band State Champion, whom I first saw perform in 2015, I think, in Angel Olsen's backyard. I highly recommend checking out Ryan's latest album, Dancing on the Edge. And of course, if you haven't already, please give a listen to Jake's album, Manning Fireworks. We heard sections of the title track and of the songs Rip Torn, You Don't Know the State I'm In, and Bark at the Moon, not an Ozzy cover. I'm Sarah B., and I thank you so much for listening to Time and Other Thieves. But also, go ahead and purchase a download of the new compilation album, Cardinals at the Window, on Bandcamp. It's got 136 songs from a wonderful and eclectic mix of musicians, including Jake. His song Pianos is stunning. He was right about having gotten very good at playing the guitar. And then there's his lyrics and his voice and all the things. Cardinals at the Window only costs $10, and all the proceeds go to Helene recovery efforts. They're split evenly amongst Community Foundation of Western North Carolina, Rural Organizing and Resilience, or ROAR, and beloved Asheville. Many thanks to Jake MJ Linderman for coming on the show again. On we go.